My PyCharm compiler is visible, right?
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes.
So
Is the
today,
recording started?
yeah, my recording started. Yeah, it's recording now. So today we are going to discuss about three important topics, like four. I don't know how much I will be able to cover, but I'm going to cover fields, if else, for, while. So first I will start with if statements. If statements are nothing but in real life, there are certain situations where we need to take decisions. As such, in programming also, there are certain times we have to take decisions. While you're trying to make these decisions, you have to use these conditions. Like I can just give you a very simple example. If uh, if your age is 18, let's take this I as age.
From tuples and sets.
I mean what? I mean someone said something.
But tomorrow you left on tuples and sets.
Oh, as I just said, I will start with. I mean, see, I can I just continue that after completing this. I mean, there won't be any connection with that. I thought list we'll be using only list in these. Like after completing this, I'll be able to do it because it's very important. That's why this thought there won't be any connection between that.
Okay.
Even without learning tuples and sets, you can learn this, and they are very minor topics. These are something very important. That's why I just felt I should thought you this freshly. Right? Can I start it now? Okay, I'm starting. So this is a variable. I'm just giving 18 to it. So this is called condition. This is called if condition. So if with brace or without bracket, you can give it. If your age is greater than 18, you are allowed to do you you are allowed for voting. So age is, if your age is equal to 18 or above 18, you are allowed for voting. So this is what I said. If condition is, so this is a condition. If condition, yeah. If you so there are two important things which I didn't explain yesterday. There is something called indentation. Indentation means, see here I'm giving a print statement, right? After after this dot, if I'm just trying, if I just give a enter button, I'll be able to come to this space, right? After giving enter space, I'll be coming to this space. I won't be directed to this corner of this particular line. That is called indentation. If you are missing this indentation in a big program, there will be a lot of errors. This particularly in Python, like even in C++, there is no a big indentation problem. But coming to Python, indentation is something very important. So whenever you're compiling now, if you're having a compiler now, if you're doing it, please take care of indentation. Don't after a line. Please don't go to this corner. Please after making these dots, just try to give an enter button and just go to the point where it navigates. Don't just go to the corner of the line so that your code will won't run work properly. See, after clicking this, it's going and it's having a break for 1 2 3 4 5 spaces, right? You just have to follow that. If you're not following that, your code will not run properly, right? So this is what if condition is. if you are giving condition, and you will be able to get output based on this particular condition. So if this is not equal to 8, I mean if it is not equal to more than 18, will you think you will get any output now? If I just click run, do you think we'll be getting output? You can unmute and answer.
Yes, you'll get 80. Yes. I mean, sorry, you are allowed for vote, right?
I mean, no. Look at the condition.
You will not get the output.
You won't get any
Oh,
output.
sorry, you could change the
Yes.
condition,
Yeah,
right?
sorry, I'll just change the
No,
condition.
we won't get any
You won't get any output. So if you just want to make, like, if you are, so if you just I mean, here we are not getting any output, right? So shall I make a statement for, if you are not allowed for voting? To use that, I have to use something called else. Else. Else is something like, it's called denying. When we deny something in real life, like, we have only two options: either we want it or we don't want it, right? That's how the same programming also works. So if it is not greater than 18, it should be obviously lesser than 18, right? Am I right? Yeah. So while you
Yes,
are
yes.
while you're doing it, you have to give. So you don't have to give any options. Like, directly you can give else, and you have to print you are not allowed for voting. So see, you're not allowed for voting. Like, if you have any doubt, like, either we have to, I mean, we should not. If we give any condition, will it work or not? No, you can also give conditions, like, I'm just giving age is greater than age is less than 18. It works in the same way. I guess I did something wrong. Showing the mirror. Oh, sorry, that's else if. I'm sorry. Okay, if I'm just giving okay, if I want to make sure your, if else if, I mean, if I want to make sure, see, this is above 18 and this is below 18, right? If I want to make a particular number for, if it is exactly 18, I can just give like this. I mean, I can just give like this, greater than or equal to. If you want to make it into two sub segment, I can give um, okay. So I can just introduce else if. See, these are the conditions you have. You have else or elif, and if. These are the three important conditions you have here. Elif means, this is called a secondary option. Wait, I will just give you example. Okay, if our parents are giving condition like, you can go to school, or you have to come as for a vacation, or you should stay in home. If there are three conditions like that, so this will be the first thing. And for the secondary option here, you can give something like age equal to 18, or print you are also allowed for voting. Okay, so what should I get now?
Uh, Won't there be two conditions because in the first one also we have put equal to sign. First
I'm sorry. First one, it's not. I'm sorry. I've got error. Shit. I'm sorry.
Say equal to equal
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Here you'll be getting you're allowed for voting. I mean, this is a very simple concept. Like, I can give n number of examples. Okay, I will just take a school example, like school marks.
And also, we can't give any condition in the else part, right?
Wait, I will just show you what will happen if I do this. You'll be getting error. See, you'll be getting error. You will not be able to use it. So whenever you're having any confusion, you can just use. I mean, try it and you will be able to. I mean, that's what I said. Right? Else is something called it's denying it. It's no. So you don't have to give any condition. Uh, you just keep this total as a domain. If and else for the domain where you have thing. I mean, where you are proceeding. If you're not able, if you're in your domain, if your answers are not an if and else if, it is not completely there. So else is something out of it, so it's completely denying. So it's like true and false, so you don't have to worry, you don't have to give any conditions to it. So else if like I can just give you more example, or you guys understand this completely, if else part. I mean, this is a very easy and important topic, that's why I'm just asking again. You just ask why you are giving conditions. Can I just give
Yeah,
us
it's fine.
can I just give a small problem, can I give a small
Sure, sure.
situation? Okay, you just try to make a uh, I'm just getting 70. I mean, okay, you just make if else statements for getting pass mark, uh, fail mark, and just pass mark. So your first condition should be above 40, your second condition should be, yeah, equal to 40, and your third condition should be, I mean, less than 40, like fail. So your I'm also giving a print statement, so it should be pass. You got just pass, and the third step is you got failed. This should be your statements. Okay, and your variable is age, and you have to make a marks. You have to change into marks.
Do we have to take the input from user?
No. You just do like this. No, you don't. You don't take to do that from the user. You just do it normally in the simple way. Uh, Try to complete with it 2-3 minutes because it's very simple.
Okay, sir.
Uh, can you once again repeat that the conditions we need to apply?
Okay, fine. I will just give. So here you should take marks. Okay, it should look like marks equal to some number, like what we're going to give. Okay, this should be a variable, declared variable, and here in this condition it should be like your mark should be greater than 40, right? Then you are pass, and here your mark should be less than 40. I mean, your mark should be equal to 40, so that you've got just pass. So here it should be just pass, here it is you are passed, here it is just pass, and else it should be obviously less than 40, so you got failed, right? You got the condition proper enough. I just try to complete within 2-3 minutes. It's a very easy job. If anyone's have any doubt, you just ask me now. I will just clarify it.
Sir, completed.
Completed. Great. Then, if anyone completed, just raise your hand. Anand Pandey completed. Sanya Shetty completed. Chandish completed. Satinjar. Nice. Great. A lot of you are doing it. Okay, like, can anyone share the screen? I will just allow you to share it now.
Yes, sir, I can share.
Yeah, you just share it.
Oh,
you're sharing?
Sir, you didn't allow me
Oh,
to share.
wait a sec, wait a sec. Yeah, you can do it now. Now you can share.
Okay, sir. Then, is my screen visible?
Uh,
Yes, it's visible.
now it's visible. Marks greater than 40. Marks equal to. Yeah, great. That's it. That's it. Yeah, you have done properly. You passed. Super. Yeah, that's what all about if else statement. Like I'm just giving you very simple examples. Like when you're going into when you're solving a very tough problems, you're going to handle with the same if else statements, but the conditions will be very tough. Here we are just getting very three easy situations, right? Like marks, pass, fail. These are very simple techniques. You're going to simple logics. We are trying it now, but when
Sir,
you are
can we also use if statement in the if statement? Like we are using one if statement and again we
another
can
if
use
and
if
yeah,
statement
that's
after
what I'm
that.
going to teach you now. That is called nested if. I'm going to teach you now. So can you stop sharing? Okay, nice.
Yes, sir, I stopped sharing.
Okay, okay, nice. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. So now we are going to call nested if. Nested if statements. Can you please unmute someone who's yeah, I'm able to hear some noise. So for nested if I'm just giving another example. Okay, if you're going to if you're going for a roller coaster road ride, where it is allowed, you can okay. I will just remove all these. Okay, I will remove all these conditions. I'm just giving a situation like if I mean this brackets. I mean even if you're not using a brackets, there will be no problem in Python. Like if I'm just giving age equal to 18, there won't be any errors. If I'm just giving print, just print something like yes, it will be coming. I mean, see, you don't need to use brackets. I just used it for, I mean, that's a normal format where used for every language. I just used it. But even without using brackets, you will be able to use it, right? Okay. Don't get confused with it. If I'm not using bracket, don't get confused. So nested if is okay. If my age is greater than 18, what will happen? I'm just giving this print statement like yes, you are allowed. Okay. And if I have a second condition, I mean, okay, what I said, if you're 18, you will be allowed to go for a roller coaster ride. But if you want to sit in the first position of the seat, like in the roller coaster, if you want to sit in the first seat, you should be at least 24 years old. Okay, you should be 24 years old. So in that if condition, you're going to use another if age equal to 24. Print I'm just going to type first seat else I mean these are two conditions we have. A, else print you're you're not allowed for the right. So if I'm just giving my age equal to 25, I mean, if I'm just giving my age is 19, what will I get as my output?
You are allowed.
You are allowed.
Nice. Okay. Nice. If I'm just giving 24,
You are allowed at first seat.
okay, if I'm just giving uh, 68, what will I getting?
You are allowed.
Yes, right. Just because, I mean, because I'm after how I will explain you how the system checks it. So if I've given 68, this will go to this particular if statement, like age is greater than 18. Yes, age is greater than 18 because it's 68. So it will go to this statement, print you allowed. Then what it will do, it will go to this if statement. Here it will check whether age is equal to 24 or not. No, it is not equal to 24, it's 68. So what it will do, it will again go to the first nested loop where it got accepted. So here is the point where it got accepted, right? Age is greater than 18. So it will print this particular statement. Okay, if I'm just giving yeah 16, you should obviously get you are not allowed for the right. So how this will be checked? So it will just come to this particular line. If age is greater than 18, no, it is not 18. So what it will do, it won't check all the second condition, right? It will just directly jump into else statement, and that's what the advantages of it. And
Can we also use if after in else statement?
yeah, you can also use another else statement here.
No, sir. I am asking that if it skips the if part and goes to else part, can we also use another if in else?
No, you will not be able to use else in else. If you are using else, that's got completed. I mean, else is a second denying condition. You cannot give a deny conditions first. I mean, wait, I will just give you an example. Like
Oh, yes.
if you're having see, you should first know the domain of it. If you want to know the domain of what you have to use if condition first. Okay, like
Okay, sir. Thank you.
if you have 10 apples, and in the first if condition, if you are saying okay, I have 6 apples, obviously you know in else it is you have 4 apples. But when you are directly choosing else, you will not you don't know how many apples you have. You only know you denied 4 apples, so you will not be able to do that. Okay, if you are using
Okay,
else,
sir.
that will be
Okay.
ending. That's the end statement. That's a denying statement, right?
Okay, sir.
So okay, I will just make okay, I will just give you another problem. You just try to solve it. um, okay, I what example
Surya,
if
hello, Surya.
yeah, yeah,
He's trying to say in else you have printed you are not allowed for the right.
yeah.
In this else, can I use if again?
I mean that's what I answered now, right? You will not be able to use
Yeah,
a if and
like
else.
in some
That's
cases,
not
no,
possible, I guess.
in some cases, like in Java, like we write if or else. In else, we can also write if and else statement.
No, it is not in Python. If you want to have you see, you can only have a second condition as else if. You will not be able to use if inside a else. That is not possible.
We can use elif.
Yeah, you mean that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Elif is a
yeah,
second
yeah,
condition.
that's I know. Yeah.
No, yeah, else if is a second condition. He is asking, can we use if inside? What he asked was, can we use if inside this else condition?
Yes,
That is not possible. You can only use else. I mean, you can only use else if, right? In this condition, it will be over. That's what I said. Else if is a different condition. You don't confuse with it.
okay,
Okay. Elif is a second
no,
condition. Else is a last condition.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Got it. Fine. So I give a problem for marks, right? Last time. So what was I gave for 40 pass mark, below 40 fail, and equal to 40 just pass it. So you just include another nested if condition so that you will be getting very good marks. If it is greater than 90, show that it's very good marks. Like if this is your marks, I want you to show that in this condition greater than marks greater than marks greater than or equal to 90. We are using this statement, print very good marks. Got it? So I want all of you to try this. If you have done if you have completed the last time what homework I gave for the last question, you will be able to complete it within minutes, because you just have to include one if inside another. I mean, you understand this, right? You will understand this, right? You understood it, right?
Yes.
Okay, then just do this small task, because this will give you a better understanding. Anyone have completed it? Or if you have any doubt, you just write
Yes.
us.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if anyone have completed, can I just can you just screen share it? Because it will be helpful for others. They will be able to understand it. Like raise your hand if you understand this. If you understand what
Yes,
you know.
yes, it's done.
Yeah. Okay, fine then.
Completed.
Okay, fine. So wait, he just asked it. I'm just. Fills. I'm just asking. I mean, he just asked it outright, so I'm just trying to clarify it. See. Okay. See, what he asked is this: can we use a if statement inside else? No, you will not be able to use it, because that is the end of this algorithm. So here is a start. We are giving a condition. If it is true, that's what we are giving a if statement. Okay, and the next step to go to the else statement. So what you're asking is, you will not be able to complete this else and go to another if. If you're going to a else statement, you have to end. If you have a second option for it, you can use a if statement which will come before else. Okay, so if you have any doubt, don't get confused. Else is the last statement. Else is the last denial. Else if is the second option, or option between the first and last. If is the first condition you're giving. Okay, be clear with it, because these are the basics which are very important. If you're being strong with it, you will be able to perform anything. So if you are good with if else, yeah,
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
If
if
so, you have entered that if you are
18, you are allowed to sit in the right, and if you are 24, you are also allowed to sit in the first seat of the right. But if we are entering the age, like if we are entering 16 or 20, it will only outputting if you are allowed and if you are not allowed. But it will not set specifying that if you are allowed to sit on the first seat or if you are only allowed to sit in the right.
I mean, can I just repeat it again?
I've said that if you are entering the age in the age, like if you are entering 18, it is only allowing to sit in the right, and if you are entering 24, it is only allowing to sit in the right, but it is not specifying that you are allowed to sit on the first seat or if you are only allowed to sit in the right.
I just made you to write it like you're going to sit in the first seat, right? If you're 24, you're allowed to sit in the first seat. That's what I gave you example.
I know, but in the output it is only allowing or not allowing. But can you just correct, like if the age is above 18, then the print statement is like you are allowed to sit in the
First,
right, but not in the first seat.
oh, you okay? You want to specify that to not sit in the first seat.
Yes.
Okay. I will just write another program for it.
Can we just specify that?
You're asking whether we will be able to specify it. Yeah, we will be able to specify it. See what we have to do.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
One more doubt, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
As I written, if marks is greater than 33, print you are passed. And after that, I write if marks is greater than 60,
Hmm.
then print you got good marks.
Yeah.
Then I use else statement.
Yeah.
Else print you fail,
Hmm.
and it's giving sir an error.
Can I
in line
just can I
4.
just show your screen? I will just help you there. Can I just share your screen?
One minute.
Someone asked if you want to specify that if I'm not sitting in the first seat, I will just come on to that after completing it. Okay. Yeah.
This
If marks is greater than 33, print your past. Print your past if marks is greater than 33. See, you have given a same condition for both the thing.
sir,
60. Okay, now give the output.
it's giving error, sir. Line 4.
And second,
Same indentation error is coming inside.
Indentation error.
See,
Indentation
see,
error.
see. After this if marks are greater than 60, right? After
Yes, sir.
just give a enter after that. After the condition, just give enter. Just give an enter now. Start your next print statement from this point. You got good marks. Now go down slowly. Go down. You got now. You just give that you got good marks. See, this is what I said. Like you have to be very sure about your indentation. The more you practice, the more you'll be comfortable with indentation. Okay, just remove that statement. Okay. Yeah, now you just give it. It will be correct. Okay, got it. Okay, fine. Okay, you just asked me it out.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can I share screen?
Oh, you have it out? Yeah. Hey, I can share your screen.
Can you see my screen, sir?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, sir. Here I gave marks as 94,
Yeah.
and I gave an if statement. Then in elif I put another if statement. It's not working, sir. This program. It's showing again some errors.
Yeah, I mean,
It's showing just pass, sir. But when I gave marks as 94, it's not taking the excellent marks.
see,
You have to use if statement only,
yeah, this
not
is
elif,
that's
and
what I said.
just
This
put
is
enter
yeah,
after just pass.
After just pass, enter.
Now use if statement and
yeah.
marks
You should not,
greater than or equal to 80.
use. I mean, you should not use if inside else if.
Okay. So we cannot use another if statement inside elif, sir.
Yeah, but I mean, see, you will not be able to see. What is the difference between 80 and 90? You just look at this condition. No, you can give it. Look at what you have did. Marks greater than or equal to 80. Is this 94
Yeah.
is correct? This comes under this condition.
No.
What? It's coming under this condition. It's greater than or equal to 80. 94 is greater
Yeah.
than or equal to 90, right? Yeah. And
That's good, sir.
what will happen
But check the first
after?
condition, marks is greater than 40, so it's true. So it will only print just pass. It will not check the next.
Yeah. If first if statement is correct, it will just jump into the L statement. Because all you have given the same kind of condition in all the statements, you will not be able to proceed. All have the same kind of meaning. It will just
Okay,
jump
sir.
to the L statement. So you see, you have to be very sure about this. I mean, see, both. I mean, you give three conditions where all the three conditions can satisfy this. That is something wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, that you cannot do like that. System will not. I mean, you when you're writing it, you will be able to understand it. But when system reads it after completing if okay, it will it thinks it okay, it got more than 40, so it just passed. We can just complete the program. That's what it thinks. You're not proceeding it. If you're making like if marks greater than 40 and the next statement if you're giving marks equal to 50, then it will be able to understand like okay, I've written properly. Yeah, we given the same condition twice, so it won't be able to accept it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Like another
So
one.
are we allowed? Surya?
Yeah.
Yeah, just this doubt that so are we allowed to use nested if inside elif or not?
That will be able, yeah, you can use it.
All right, thank you.
Like I mean another one asked about the I mean for not how to make a statement for not allowing for particularly who asked that for the roller coaster problem.
I asked that question.
Can I just screen share it? I can just make you one extra code so you'll be able to understand.
I am attending the class on my phone. I am not practicing it right now.
Okay. See that is very simple. Like I mean, it will take. I mean, I have few more topics, so it is simple. Like you will be using. I can just giving. I can help you with algorithm. So what you asked is, you were giving another if where
संगीत संस्था भूत प्रेत को लेकर सबको आगाह करती है भूत कुछ नहीं होता है महाराज नहीं भूत भी होता है
Can you mute everyone?
yeah. Sorry. What happened to this mute? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm just meeting option. I'm not able to find that mute all option. Wait. I guess I'll be able to do that now. I'm not able to get that link. So what he asked was if his age is greater than equal to 24.
Sir, we are unable to see your screen, sir.
Sir, you are not sharing your screen.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. First seat. Else, what he asked is, if you're not sitting in the first seat, you want to get this right. So if you're greater than 24, so you just ask this, right? If you want to mention that you are not allowed to sit in the first seat, right?
Yes, yes,
See, when you are when
yes.
you are giving this kind of conditions, you have to be very careful about your conditions. For example, if I'm just giving this, if I'm just giving 24, what will be my output? I mean 25. What will be my output?
Sir, we should not mention the age greater than 24 with the else, because we can't give
Oh,
the
sorry.
condition with
I'm
the
sorry. I'm
else.
sorry. Shit. I'm sorry. It was else if. It was ill if. Ill if.
So now we will get allowed and not first
First
seat.
seat. Yeah, got it. This is what you asked it, right?
Yes,
You
that
got your
was
doubt.
I'm asking.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got it
yeah.
cleared now. Your doubt is cleared. I mean, are you there? Doubt is cleared. Who asked that? I
Yes, I
mean,
got it.
okay, Chandesh. Oh, you were asked that. That's what you're asking. You can use else inside if. Is that you asking that, or this particular doubt you're asking? Okay, that's fine. We'll just move on.
Can we use else in the nested if statement?
Yeah, you can use it for sure. If you're giving, you're just asking, can we use else here, like this? Yeah, you can use it for sure. But the only thing is, you will not be able to give any conditions. You can use it. You cannot give. I mean, what I said was, you will not be able to use a if statement inside else. Like if this is else, and I'm printing something, allowed or not allowed something, then I will not be able to use a if statement here. That's what all I was talking about. You will not be able to use a if statement inside else. Okay, that's what I was talking. You can use inside else inside nested loop also, no problem in it.
Yeah, now it's clear. Thank
Okay,
you.
fine. So next is for loops. These are things which we're using to learn about conditions, right? You got clear about what I'm saying, right? These are all for conditions. When you're programming something, you will be having certain conditions and logics. With that, you have to make put it up and make a final output for it. But loops are something very important and different. Like if I want to print my name, if I want to print this particular word for 10 single times, okay, 10 times. So what do you expect me to do? Like if I can print I'm giving this, I'll be getting Brisky code is okay. If I want to print it for 10 times, what should I do? Like I can give this same statement for 10 more times like this, right? I'll be getting that number of Brisky codes. But if I just want to make it with what is this? I am just printing the same Brisky codes in a loop, right? You all know what is loop, right? Loop is it's a recursive function which just happens again and again,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So if I just want to make all these in a single condition, like what I'm doing, I'm just printing this 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 times, right? If I just want to make this 8 times printing in a single line, what a single line? If I just, I mean, in a 2 3 lines, I'm just going to use something called for. Okay, that's what we are going to read now. That's for. So for I, okay, now we will be introduced to a lot of okay, this variable I will just complete this and I will explain you why I'm using this. If I in for I in, oh sorry, I was talking about while loop for now. Sorry, I just got confused. I was talking about while loop. I will just complete. Okay, you just got that in, right? How? Okay, I'll just complete while for you. What I said was about while. I just confused it before. Sorry. So if while, I'm just giving a condition like I is equal to 1. Okay, I'm just introducing a new variable called I, which is equal to 1. If I is less is I is less than or equal to 5, I'll be printing risky codes. Okay, so now what will be my output? Can anyone guess?
5 times we get the Brisky coders.
Okay, I mean, how that will come? Is explain it.
No, but the increment of I. is
Yeah,
not
you
that.
have to
We can
make
only
the
get
increment
for
of I. Yeah, that's
Or
what.
infinite times you will get.
Yeah, now
Infinite
if you are
times.
printing it, you will get infinite times. That's what the right answer. Because I mean,
Yeah.
see, whenever you have doubt something, you just think upon its line. First line you're giving initializing something. Yeah, second you're second line. I mean, what I'm hearing it again. Okay, second you're giving a condition. Third you're printing it. If you're not stopping it, it will recursively do the same thing again and again. It will check what will happen. Okay, why I'm saying, see, Biscuit Goddess is running for a long time. Why I'm saying what I will explain you what is happening there. First, it will just check whether okay I is greater than or equal to 5. Yeah, it is 1 is lesser than 5. So what is doing? It's printing Biscuit Goddess. Then it's again going to the same loop. Then it's checking 1. Okay, it's lesser than 5. Biscuit Goddess. Again 1. So this is happening recursively. That's the reason we are always getting risky codes here. So if you want to stop it or if you want to get to the condition, what you have to increment it. Incrementing is adding a number to the original variable which I have represented in the first line, which I've declared in the which I've declared in I. Like I'm going to stop I equal to I plus 1. See, I'm getting 5. So someone explain what happens here. If someone understood, can someone explain what happens here? Why only 5 times it comes here with this code? How this runs? From where it starts?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
can
sir,
explain.
because at every turn it increases the value by 1. So the I value when the I value becomes 5, it stops.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just yeah. Right. Exactly. I'll just give you an example. It is 1 here. It is checking whether I is lesser than or equal to 5. Yeah, it is 5. So what it's doing, it's printing Britsky goddess, and in this state, after completing the first cycle, this the value of I is becoming 2. Okay, after this point, because we are adding 1 to the same number. See, I'm adding 1 to the I. So now here now this variable is going and storing in, and now this value of 2 is going and storing in the variable I. Here the value is not 1, the value is 2. It's again checking whether it is less than or equal to 5. Then it's again coming down. Yeah, it passes this condition, so it's basically good as. So now it's coming down, and it's whether it's checking I equal to I plus 1. Now this value of I is not 1, it's 2. So in this step, it will change to 3, right? And again the cycle happens. In the next step, it will become 4, and the next step it will become 5, and the next step it will become 6, where you will not be able to run this whole program, right? Because this 6, when this loop come to 6, you will not be able to proceed with this particular condition, I is lesser than or equal to 5. So what will happen, it will obviously come out of the line, right? You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like see, actually while is a very while is the toughest loop. I mean, I've just give a very simple example for you, but it will take a lot of time if I want to explain while. I will just give you next class, next class. I've planned to make few tough problems in while, where you will be understanding complete. You just understand what is while, right? How it runs. So
Yes, sir.
you just take this condition. While runs on condition. Okay, while is something called loop, which completely runs on condition. When you're having a problem and you have to make a loop, and when you have something called condition in it, you can directly do while. Okay, so while is for conditions. Okay, and if you want to make something with sequence, it's not conditions, it's sequence. You have to use, when you have something called sequence, you have to use something called for loop. Okay, I will just explain you for loop with simple examples. I will just give you a. Okay, everyone remember a list? What I taught you list yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So here I'm just giving a set of list. So what I'm giving is press key, comma, coders, comma, 2.5. So I'm just giving this. There are 3 elements in a list, right? So what I want to print all these in a row. Okay, but I want to print all these individually. Okay, I want. Wait, I will just give you a easy example. I just want to print all my marks. 45, 65, 45, 98. Okay, if I want to print these all marks in a row, what I have to do, I'm going to print for I in X. What is this I? For I in X is, I'm taking the index of it. It's not something I have to take I, the letter I for sure. You can take any variable here. Whatever you mention between for and in is a I'm not getting a proper word. Whatever you're giving inside it is as a tool you are using to select or represent each and every element inside a list. Wait, I will show you. If I'm just giving print I, print. Okay, if I'm just giving print I, what should I get?
45, 45, and 98.
Yeah. So I got 45, 45, 98. So now you don't get confused why we are using I. Okay, I can just give you a Okay, if I'm giving element, okay, I'm just giving the word element. Do you think now this will run?
No.
This won't
Yes, sir.
run. No, it will run.
It will run, sir.
Yeah, it
It
will
will
run.
run.
See, there is no change in it. That's what I said. I is not for index. See,
Yes, yes.
when you're trying to understand it, understand the way the first number is in the zero index, second number is in the first index, and third in the second index. That's how it basically it's arranged in array. So when I explain, I mean when you do, yeah, you have any doubt?
Yes, sir. I want to ask
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
thing.
Ask it, ask it.
Sir, let's say it's 45, 45, and 98 coming in the different lines, but I want all these to come in a single line. That how can I do that?
For that, I mean, see that is something different. I mean, for that there are many. I mean, I don't remember that is slash s or slash t. Some there are few. I don't remember properly. If you use that, you'll be getting that. I mean, that's a different concept.
Slash
No,
n.
slash in slash in. I mean, don't get
I
into
want to ask
that
a
inside it.
question.
What?
Hello?
Can you
What I want is like whether you understand it. Why I'm using this element in this loop. What is between this? I want to understand the relationship. What I'm using between this for and in. How I'm trying to express it or explain it. Like always try to
uh,
use I
Can
between.
we?
Can we ask it? No, I mean ask it. I mean someone asked it and someone stopped in between.
Can we just change the number, the marks in between the list?
Yeah, you can change. That's what I said yesterday, right? For X, if you want to do that, you have to make a dot and insert, and you have to write up. If you want to add 98, okay, comma, you have to show the index. If you are giving index 1, see it
The
as.
middle.
In the middle.
I've given a wrong value, I guess. I mean, yeah, you will be able to insert. That's what insert is.
Two
I'm
comma
sorry. These I made a string stuff. Sorry.
using index 1.
Yes, sir. You made a string instead of numbers.
But it will work with this also.
Yeah, I mean that will work with this also. There is no difference between that.
You can count the index, right?
First
1.
one is the index. First one was the index.
Yeah, yeah. First one was index. I mean, I'm just trying to add it in the first one. I just changed it and this totally got collapsed. See, I've added it. This is what you asked, right? I have just added 2 in the second. See, the number printed is 12266. Okay, you understood it? How I added the 2 in the first index? This is what the number I
Yes,
added.
yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm just adding
Uh,
2 in the first index. Like 1 here, you just look at it. Here, 1 is the 0th index, 2 is the first index.
Zeroth index. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. I mean, for me, like whether you understand the for loop, right? How this for works. That's what my intention is. Yeah, or else I can just. I mean, there is no need if you want to if you want to print. I mean, if you want to use forest, there is no use. You need a list or something. You can just directly do it. Like if I'm just giving a range 10. See, I'm just if I want to print all the numbers between 1 and 100, I can just give for I in 100. So what does this mean? for every single element inside 100, like from 0 to 100, you will be able to print each and every element in a single line. So if I give entry, it will start to print from the, I mean, it got from 1 to 100, everything got printed. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
so if I, okay, I'm going to use a condition which I'm just going to interpret what we read before. Like we studied if statements, right? So I'm going to print numbers which are divisible by only 5. Okay. From 0 to 100, I'm going to print numbers which are only divisible by 5 using for and if condition. I mean, for loop and if condition. Okay. So I'm going to show how we are going to use if statements to find how many numbers which are divisible by 5 between the range 0 to 100. So if you want to do that, you have to use if statement here. After giving this loop condition, you are going to use if statement if I is the number, I is the number which is inside every element of this range, right? So if I give I, what it will check for I, it will check 1 with this I, right? So I'm going to give a condition if I is divisible by
I modulo D
I modulus I modulus phi equal to
equal to 0.
I equal to 0. Print, what should I give here? What should I give inside I? And inside print to get the number divisible by 5. I should give I again.
Print I.
Yeah.
Print I. Print I.
See, I've got all the numbers which are divisible by 5. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40, 50. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So
got
this
it.
is
Yes,
how
got it.
we are going to work further. We are going to incorporate all the things which I've read before it, and we are going to give a final presentation on it. Got it? So today we have learned few important topics which, I mean, what I taught are very basic things. I mean, I just try to make you understand what are these. But if you want to work further on it, you have to learn it by, I mean, you have to learn, do extra problems. I will try to give you new problems in the group. If I find anything, if I find any good theory stuff or good problems, I will send it in the group. You just start working on it, because this is what we need to work further. Okay, these are the very basic logical tools which we use to do programming in Python. So after this, we'll be studying a lot of important topics which needs a complete understanding of all these if, else, while, for loops and conditions. Okay, so that's all for today's
Okay, sir.
class. You understood everything? I mean, the session was good, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you. If you can leave if you have any, if you don't have any doubts. If you have any doubts, you can stay and ask me. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, can I ask?
Yeah. If someone
Thank you,
has
sir.
doubt. Yeah, if you have doubts,
Sir,
stay.
can you brush up the knowledge that you taught yesterday, as I was not, as many of the people weren't able to attend yesterday's class.
Oh, sorry. Yesterday, yeah, I was not able to make it. I'm sorry. Yeah. See, I will make one thing. I will just make a entire video of what I thought yesterday. I mean, I will separately do it, and I will make it as a video, and I will upload in YouTube with it.
So
Just give me.
someone told yesterday that he recorded the whole session. So
I mean, someone in the, I mean, from this class. I mean, I didn't record. I mean, I recorded it, but had a problem in between, so it just got disconnected. But anyone of this class, people got anyone recorded the session? Anyone from this class? I don't know. Like, anyone message that in group? Uh, guys are there.
yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes,
I'm just
sir.
asking you. You just saw that in group, or someone said that to you?
In group, sir, I saw someone said in group that he recorded the whole session.
So okay, I will just ask it again. I mean, if anyone have done that, please just inform me. I will just get that from you, and I will upload it in YouTube. Or else I will.
Okay.
Okay. Or I mean, I have some work. I mean, I have some college assignments for now, so I was not able to record that again. Or I will just want to do one thing within 1 or 2 days. I mean, what I thought yesterday was very basic, man. Like very basic stuffs.
Yes, sir.
So I will just either I will just make a video on it, recording by myself, and upload it on YouTube, or I will just if I find any theory related papers to it, I will just send it to you. Just read it. I mean, those are very simple. You can just understand it by just reading it. You don't have to work on it for a longer time.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
That will be great, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
One thing I wanted to ask, how to save your work on Mac test by chance.
I mean, if you want to save it, I mean, I've never saved it. There will be an option in edit. See here, save all will be there. You can just save it, or if you want to stay with this, I mean, yeah, you can just use this file to. If you here there is the option called save all. If you click it, you'll be able to save it. Say what for whatever you have done, you'll be able to save it.
Or you can use simple Control S for saving the each file.
Everyone knows.
Ah, okay. I mean, no, I don't. I've never used shortcuts for it. I never save the code actually. If I want to do something, I always used to do it in my desktop. I don't used to close the code until I finish it, so I won't have that problem. I don't used to save things. Yeah, fine. If you don't have any doubts, you can just leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, Sakshi,
No.
I'm not able to hear you properly.
Please explain tuples and sets.
Uh,
Like you said yesterday, so
okay, there's nothing. I mean, tuples and stuff easy. Wait. Okay. So tuples. Okay, I'm just giving a radio name instead of tuples. Okay. Tuples are simple, but yeah, if you are using okay, I'll just say the difference. In list, you will be using a square bracket. Here, you will be giving a you will be using this curved brackets. Okay, and other than this, everything is same initialization. This is how you name it. Some name you're giving. Okay, and if you want to print this, yeah, you will be giving print tuples. So you got it. It will be in the same list form. The only difference between tuples and list is you will not be able to change anything in the tuples. Like if you're using a list, what will happen if you want to add something to the center part of it, or if you want to remove something from that, there will be a lot of options where you will use it to it. But in tuples, you will not be able to change the positions of it. Like wait, I will just give you a proper example. If you are using tuples and you are doing this dot, these are all the things which you have. There will be no options like append, add, I mean the insert. You will not be finding any options, so you will not be able to add anything in it. Okay, that's the difference between tuples and sets. I mean, you may think why there is restriction in it and what is the use of it. No, there are a lot of use of it. If there is a big as a software company, and if they have a lot of errors in different codes, obviously they have to change the codes, right? But they should not change the main file of it. So what will they do? They will take all main files in different programs and put it into a tuples, so that no one will be able to modify it. So if they put the codes in a list, obviously they will be able to change it or transform it or insert it, right? So that's where tuples and lists are differentiated, and they are used in real life. Sets are much more simple. Yeah, sets are very simple. They are just used to uh, randomize things. Like, if I'm just giving 1 2 5. If I'm giving set, see, I've given 147 and it's coming 714. So what set basically does, it randomizes things. That's it. For example, if you are just getting a OTP, if you are getting OTP, what should I do? I should use 0 to 9 from in a set. And if I'm just clicking print again and again, you will be getting different output. Right? 714, 147 will be getting randomized output of whatever I've given in a list. So this is basically used for randomization, and that takes a major part in programming or any softwares. You got it. So you got it, Sakshi. That's it. That's it. What set and tuples are all about. Yeah, fine.
Here.
Yeah, okay, okay. Thank you. So I just close today's session. If you all don't have any doubts, can I end the class?
Yes, sir. You can end the.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you, sir.